So we know that Lot sat on the sidelines, and it was his own personal choice to do that, whether he realized it or not.
Yeah.
And there were terrible consequences for him sitting on the sidelines.
Well, as we talked before, as I think about Lot, I think I see myself in him, but not in a good way, right? So here's Lot, and maybe for him it was, well, I don't know if I'm qualified to speak into the life of those around me. I don't know if I'm able. I don't know if I'm eloquent enough. I don't know, you fill in the blank. And I know myself, has thought to myself, you know what? If I really take a step out, how will that be received? What if I don't know what to say? What if I don't know what to do? But what I love is something that the Lord's been revealing to me is that I am called to do this. Not only am I called, but he is very much in the equipping business of those he calls. And so what I love is the reminder that the Lord is going, hey, Nick, I'm inviting you to be a part of what I'm doing. I'm inviting you in. I am calling you to use your gifts, your talents, your everything in order to be a part of what I'm doing. But although I'm called and I'm invited, there are times where I go, but Lord, if you really knew, if you really knew me, because when I look in the mirror a lot of times I go, no, that is not someone who's called. That is not someone who has anything to offer. But the Lord in his goodness reminds me that, Nick, I have called you. I have placed you for such a time as this to lean in and to impact those around you. But the question is, am I willing to lean in? Am I willing to take a step? Yeah. And we can question ourselves and we can discount ourselves all day long, but the invitation is there.
Yeah, it is there. And we have to start with ourselves, right? You could be called all you want, but if you don't take that step, then it's not going to go anywhere. Yeah. And boy, we know that probably the hardest thing for most of you this week is going to be the self-reflection and looking inside yourself and deciding to take that step. How many people do New Year's resolutions? Right? I'm going to lose weight. I got 20 pounds I got to drop. I'm going to go to the gym every day. And guess what? How many really last 5 days, 6 days? And so for many of you, this may actually be the toughest week of the series because it's looking at yourself. Yeah. Right? It's looking at yourself.
And here's the deal too. A lot of times when we make that resolution and we fail, we go, well, I guess I can't get back up. I guess I just am meant to stay here in the dumps where I am. But here's what I love is that the Lord always invites you to get back up, and he's in the midst of our mess, right? And so it's that thing of, okay, so you ate the burger, you shouldn't eat the burger. It's okay. Get up and then choose the salad the next time. Just in your life, if you choose, you know what, I failed, I'm looking at my flaws, I'm not going to look at what he's called me to. Get up and take a step again, because the invitation is always open.
No, absolutely, absolutely. It's a good time to ask, what kind of legacy do I want to leave? Right? Do I want to leave a legacy and being remembered by someone who lived just for the now, or do I want to be known for someone who's living for eternity?
Wow.
And so living for eternity means that I've got to make sure that I put my faith into action.
Yeah.
Right? We can break away from our fear of man.
Okay.
We can break out of our isolation. We can break away from our feeling an unworthiness, right? We can break away from those things that are keeping us from going out there and sharing ourselves with the world. And I think that's what this week is all about, is looking at ourselves and asking God to forgive us. Because we know he will.
Yeah.
Right? And we know that we don't have to do this on our own.
So you're telling me, so we're sitting there and we hear it. It sounds so good. So you're telling me to take a step. So I guess the first step is recognize that I can take a step. I have been called, that the Lord has invited me to take a step. The second kind of step, I guess, is saying, Lord, I need you to be my feet. I need you to be my strength. I need you to be my courage. And then I guess that third step is give me an opportunity to make a legacy, or to start a legacy that's not of just standing by, that's not just kind of wallowing where I am, but it's let me take a step and let's see what you do with that step, right?
Yeah.
And so we invite you all to take a step. No matter where you are, no matter what you've done, no matter the burdens you feel like you're bearing, just know that the Lord wants to use you, that the Lord wants to allow you to leave a legacy that lasts far longer than you and I both. But it's His legacy, and so it lasts for eternity. And so why not take a step and accept the invitation that the Lord has given us all to leave a legacy that reflects Him well?